my advice to any youngsters like this group here today is try to go for a career rather than just a job. A job, you know, might last you 6 months, but if you've got a career that you can focus on, that's what I did. They used to say, I lived in the council block in Abbey Street there. Every time I sort of went down to the road, I had a ball in my hand. I used to train myself because, you know, that's how it was. I then progressed, became a professional footballer. I played for Reading. I was there for 6 years. I had good times. Then I broke into coaching. I was pretty good, I have to say. I got a job at Charlton, then I went to Tottenham and developed some really good players. I was actually, the first time there, 13 years at Spurs. Coached some marvellous players and had some real good times with them. That was when they was nearly all English, and that was when they talked to each other. Because today's footballers do not converse with each other, so that thing is lost. It's been a terrific journey for me, but I never forget where I come from. If I'm going out with my friends, as I'm on Monday for lunch, we go back to Islington, we hire a restaurant, we hire someone to play the music, and you know, they've all done quite well in life. I'm not saying I've done quite well, but I've done okay. And there you go.
Hi everyone, my name's Tara and I am an entrepreneur. So I've set up a business on my own and with partners. And my current business is looking after young people. So trying to help young people to be the best they can be and reach their full potential. That's my business at the moment. So if anyone's interested in working with young people, it's hard, but it's worth it.
I'm Gordon. I knew that when I left school I would have to do national service. So I chose to sign on for 3 years, which meant that I could choose what I did when I went into the forces. I joined the RAF and I did a 9-month course in electronics, partly because I'd always been interested in that, and also because I thought that was the thing of the future. And it gave me my career. When I came out, I joined the BBC for 18 months, where I got some training, which meant that I could join ITV, which paid considerably more than the BBC. I spent 25 years with ATV. When the contracts changed in 1983, I had to choose between going to the Midlands or leaving. I left and I joined a television news agency, which became well known through John McCarthy, who was taken hostage in Beirut. And I spent 16 years there until I retired. I was always on the technical side, but when I started out I was in vision control, which did have an aesthetic aspect to it. I did videotape editing when I went to the news agency, and I ended up as training manager at the news agency and spent time travelling around some of our foreign bureaus instructing new staff. Like Paul, I wish I'd worked harder at school, but then the way things turned out, I really couldn't have done better. It was a career I thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you.
Fantastic. Let's give a round of applause. People representing the public sector, the arts, local business, entrepreneurship, sports entertainment, young people, digital media, a real cross-spectrum.
The idea of you just thinking, oh, I can just go abroad, it's not as simple as that. Everybody here has a current theme, which is you have to work hard. You may have to take some voluntary work. You may have to think outside of the box in order for you to make that money, for you to get that plane ticket, for you to go abroad. Going abroad is a wonderful experience, because you get to see the world, you get to meet different types of people. But always remember, you have to put the hard work in. You're in the place right now where you have to put that hard work in. And I hope you all really put your heads down and be successful in what you're doing at school level, okay? Because your life may change if you don't pursue your dream and your ambitions.
Thanks, Rick. And we're going to be looking a bit at goals. Can I perhaps ask you guys on the panel then, who actually ended up doing the job that they thought in their mind was their dream job when they were 13 or 14 years old?
I always knew I was going to work for myself. all the jobs I had before I worked for myself were just on the journey to getting to that place. I always knew I was going to arrive there, but the jobs I had in between were all experience and skills that I built up that made my dream job possible. And I have to say that there's nothing better than arriving at that destination that you've been working towards. And it does, I mean, I had a paper round as well. That was my first job, and I used to have to deliver something like 400 papers for £6 a week. Yeah.
It's a form of learning income.
That's right, exactly. But all of those things work towards you getting to your final destination. You know, if you want to be a psychologist, for example, don't turn different jobs down that aren't in the psychology field, because they will all contribute to you getting to where you want to be. That's what I would say. You know, don't say no to things because they're not what you want, because they could be what you need at that time.
I think you also need to be adaptable. So when new opportunities arise, you've got to be ready perhaps to make quite a big change in order to pursue them. And so it's good to have a nice, clear sight of what you want to do, but you've also got to allow for the fact that things change, and you have to change with them.
You will be creating new jobs that haven't even been created yet, even more so perhaps than any other generation. And that forward thinking, that innovation, that passion to do new things. One piece of quick short advice that you'd give young people here today, King Harold School.
Hello. I think do something you're happy to do, as long as it pays the rent and things like that. It counts for a lot to actually do a job you enjoy doing. And of course you'll do better at it than a job you don't enjoy.
Okay, see you then.
I would say that you should have, if you can, get a book and visualise. You know, I say visualise the future you, but you see the you that Nick was talking about earlier. Imagine yourself, you know, where you're going to be living, what your car's going to be, all of that. Because imagining that and making it possible are one and the same. So I would just think about where you want to be. Even imagine what you're going to look like, the car you're driving, the house you're going to live in, the job you're going to have, and work to getting to that destination.
So in my situation, I have grandchildren, and my advice to them is, look, you'll make mistakes in life, everybody does. Try to keep a 6 off your scorecard. So that's a golfing term. You know, you'll make little mistakes, you have one over par, but keep those 6s off your score sheet.
And contribute to the success that you'll be.
Thank you. There's something I was going to say, but the other thing I would say is it's not important how many times you, I don't want to say the word fail, but don't succeed. The important thing is that you always get up and that you carry on. So life won't always be one excellent, happy, journey. We all get kicks, we all get knockbacks, but to me the difference in someone that is happy and successful is that they keep getting up and they learn from it and they keep going forward.
I've mentioned that little glib sentence to a couple of people in this room already. It's simple. You are unique. You will have opportunities. Grab them.
I'd like to echo and share some of the things the rest of the panel have been saying to you all today. My thing for you is, well, I'll just go back a little bit. Outside of teaching, I'm involved with the creative industries, from music to radio, to fashion, to all sorts of wonderful creative forms of expression. And one of my burning desires is to create a young workforce. The problem with young people, and I'm hoping that you will try and get over this, is that what we find as potential employers is that young people are unreliable for whatever reasons. The reasons can be very understanding, and sometimes they're not. Try your best somehow to overcome being unreliable, and that is if you've got coursework for your teachers and you have to meet deadlines and things like that, then do so. Try your best to do so. Otherwise, you will carry this type of burden for the rest of your lives in terms of the workplace, which is what I feel. So my thing is really, at the end of the day, try to be as reliable as you can in all facets of your life.
For me, what I suggest, what I advise is at this point in your lives, build your experience. As you go on, try different things. Because sometimes, like someone said earlier, it doesn't always work out, circumstances change. If you do different things, if you do a little bit of volunteering work, for example, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years down the line, you might have a completely different idea, completely different career change. That bit of charity work you've done might open up different doors for teaching. So open up your doors now. Now's the time you can do it. When you've got a full-time job, it's a lot more difficult. Now's the time when you go to college, build your experience up to all benefit you later on.
A very special person who's amongst us who wants to say a few words to you, Angie Kelly. He's asked me that that's the only introduction I give, so I'll hand you over to Angie.
Hello everybody. I want to talk to you now a little bit about me because it's very personal to you. I was born in Waltham Abbey. I went to primary school in Waltham Abbey. I went to King Harold School in Waltham Abbey. The qualifications are the key to opening all those extra experiences.
Thank you, Angie. Now I'd like to introduce you to John Houston. He is the head of the Local Strategic Partnership, and that's one of the organisations that's been working behind this group to get this motivation day together.
When I was getting up here, Norma prepared something for me to say. You all know Norma over there, Norma Green, who is the very embodiment of community spirit, the very embodiment of a never say die spirit, and the very embodiment, I think, of the sort of values that we as a community should espouse. On behalf of all of us, can we just say thank you to people like Norma and the Marriott and the college and your teachers and everybody else. We have a round of applause for all the people who got I started that by saying Norma wrote what I got to say, and I read Norma's stuff and thought, right, I've got it. And then Tara, over at the back there, Tara, can you stand up, please? Tara, up. Tara Mullaney. Tara has been a driving force in getting this thing sorted out today and helping it be the success that it has been. But, and we were talking about aspiration, did you know that Tara was an Irish dancing champion?
Champion of champions.
Yeah, not that you're big-headed. Champion. And she managed to organise this event with the help of everybody else. The opportunities that come along is about grabbing them. It's also about our role as a community to help you get access to the most opportunities that we can possibly give to you. Opportunities that many of us have enjoyed as a matter of course, but are so difficult for you. I was chatting to Norma on the way in here, and we were talking about the Great British Cucumber Festival. Is everybody familiar with the Great British Cucumber Festival? I was a bit of a doubting Thomas, I have to admit, Norma, about the power of your cucumbers. I have to admit, I didn't think it was going to make a splash. But then I went with my kids, and it was a wonderful day. But that whole event started out of a conversation between two people listening to a radio broadcast in their cars. And a week ago, it got a national award for the. So can we have a big cheer for the Cucumber Festival? Just having a chat, seeing an opportunity, and think, right, we're going to go for it. We'll go for it. What's the worst can happen? And they've gone for it. And it was successful, and massive amounts of people enjoyed that festival last year, including my children, who I brought along, had a really lovely day out. And that was a community effort, and out of that, the money raised went to local charities as well. So, you know, things can happen if you can believe they can.